Did you feel like Big knew his value from the very beginning? Or once he started rapping, he seen the attention he was getting, the money he was getting,
What was
the
the
deals.
first?
Do you feel like he knew his value then or at the very beginning?
He knew it. He knew he was dope. He knew that. But I don't think he
What was the
knew he was going to be as big as he was going to be.
What was the first rhyme you heard?
This first rhyme he did at this club called, Tiana, you want that? You don't know that. It was a spot we called, we had this little theater spot we used to, like, everybody used to do clubs at. It was on, like, on Lafayette and Compton Avenue. And he did this one rhyme there. And it was like a regular street club. And then the only line I remember he said was, "Battle me from where? Attica?" And the whole crowd went crazy. This is like one of our little hood spots.
Yeah.
And I think that's when everybody started to recognize him as being a rapper. None of us knew Big wanted to rap. None of us knew Big rap since he was 14. I didn't know that. I'll be honest to tell you that. I didn't know he... You know, you see he was doing the videos, like he was like on Video Music Box, like... Yeah. I didn't know that. That's before I probably just started knowing Big around that time.
Right.
But he was like with the flat top, he's like, "Yo, Video Music Box, what's up?" He's like,
yeah.
No, but that was something that was already in his origin. He wanted to be a musician. And that's before me. So I can't count for that. I can't say nothing about that. I can't co-sign that. Like, that was just something that was before me. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that was something that was in his origins already. That was just something he was just birthed with.
But once you saw it, was it like, oh?
I didn't see that back in them times. So when I see it now, it's like, damn, like, oh.
Retrospect.
Yeah, I didn't see that then. I didn't see that when we was popping and, you know, think about when we had social media, man. Like, you know what I mean? We didn't have social media all these years. Like, no, bro. Like, no. So that shit came out years later. After Big passed, I'm like, word? He was doing a fake Video Music Box, like, acting like he was on Channel 31, like, the Video Music Box, what's up, man?
Yeah.
But who he sounded like? Tell me.
King.
And I'm going to tell you something. If you ever look through his videos, that bandana he wore had BDK on it. Big Daddy Kane.
Wow. That's crazy.
I never saw that.
Never knew that.
I never saw that.
Yeah,
But that was his inspiration. That was like his, you know, he looked up to that person.
Yeah. Big Daddy Kane.
So now when you hear him, think about how he rhymed, his metaphors.
Oh, no, we said that.
The way he dressed.
I watched this shit, bro. Nigga.
It's crazy.
I asked Big Daddy Kane if he ever did a record with Big. He said he never did a record with him.
No,
He did that freestyle together though at Madison
At
Square.
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
That's a damn shame.
What was that
That's
question?
a legendary ass
That's a dope
freestyle,
question.
bro.
Yeah. Where C's was when that freestyle, I don't even know what you call it.
The freestyle in front of the
battle
store.
video, yeah.
In front of the
he
store.
was like rapping in front of the store.
He had like the blue button down.
Nah, that wasn't me.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
I wasn't.
Yo, there's a little dude that looked like me in that shit. He's like, yeah, who's out there with you?
I don't lie, man. Let me tell you something. You know how many times people be sending me messages on my Instagram like, "Yeah, that was you right there." I'm like, nah, that wasn't me.
So the reason why we keep doubling back is because you're one of the few people with the greatest rapper alive, with one of the greatest, one of the GOATs, and you were there from
The
point
GOAT.
A, respectfully.
Right.
You were
My
there,
opinion.
No, respectfully. I'm not going to dispute it.
Mine's too.
Respectfully.
Mine too.
Arguably, top
Nobody did it like my nigga.
top three.
Let's
in
have
my-
that argument right now before you go into that question.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do that. Don't
Mr.
even do
Journalist,
that.
let's
do
do it,
that
Mr.
right
Journalist.
now.
You don't want it.
Let's go.
We
You
did
don't
that.
I do want it. I do
No,
want
I'm gonna
it.
tell you why.
want the smoke.
Because he's about to say it.
Because
We had Clark Kent in here.
Yeah.
Clark Kent said
I heard
that shit.
Clark, and I know Clark. That's my brother. That's my big brother.
Right.
I love Clark Kent. You know I love him. But I know his mind state. He's a producer. He's a DJ. He do that. But I have my opinion.
Right.
And you go now.
Me go where?
Yeah. What was
Where
you
am I
gonna
going?
Because you said Clark. Clark
You
always
said-
say Jay, right?
said
He
he-
wants me to have the debate with you about who's better than Big. I don't feel there is a better than Big. I think there is a just as good. I don't think it's. I didn't really think it was. I don't really put Big on a like Big is on a Mount Rushmore, and at that point you stop making compare. 1, 2. I'm a journalist. My goal is to be objective. It's not about who my favorite is. It's about reading the stats and you know what I'm saying. Who checks
It's not
off all the
personal.
boxes.
It's not. Yeah, it's
never
not your personal
My
shit.
personal favorite versus who might be the best is two different discussions at all times.
Who's your best?
My favorite?
Who's your best? Favorite? It's the same word.
It's not. It's not because the best MC might not be my favorite.
Who's
But
your best, man?
my favorite MC is one of the best in my opinion. Is Redman. Redman is one of my favorites. Nas is one
I
of
love
my favorites.
Facts.
Kendrick
Shout to Uncle
is
Red.
one of my favorites. Yeah, Kendrick is one of my favorites. Now, when we start talking about checking off all the boxes, Red don't check off all the same boxes as Biggie. Busta's one of my favorites. He checks off.
Why
a lot
you
of
comparing him first to Biggie?
boxes. Say it again.
Because I heard
That
you
was- that
say
was
Nas was your.
Because-
So don't compare. All right, so put that all in the same box, in the same circle, and you gotta put everything in the same box. So, all right, he's not that same in that, but let's. Because I'll be watching the show, my nigga. Watching the show. I'm going to listen, my nigga, because I've been around for a long time. So my word is very fucking valuable out here. Because I've been around every last one of these niggas out here. And I don't mind seeing what I say today and see them niggas tomorrow. And shaking their hand, because they know where I stand.
Right.
I'm a loyal nigga. They know where the fuck I stand.
You forget we've had this conversation already.
I know. And I know you totally sober.
Yeah, completely.
And I know you totally sober.
We had this
so I'm going to
combo,
respect
bro.
your
I
word.
did-
Yeah,
I
of
did-
course.
I did the cover story for The Source when the Notorious movie came
Yeah.
out. I had to interview you then. I interviewed all of Biggie's family. That's the closest I've ever gotten to interviewing him. I missed my opportunity to interview Big. Out of the greats, I never got to interview Jay, but I spoke to him. I did a cover story with Nas. I did an interview with LL. I never got to Big. I never got to Pun. They were both rest in peace before I could get to him. The Notorious movie was like, it was like, oh shit. Like, you know what I mean? That was as close as I could get to interviewing the man himself. I talked to you. I talked to basically the whole family. I had to run down the whole family to get that together. And we had this same discussion. You got at me about who my favorite was and who's the best MC and all that
So
good
this
shit.
is something that he does. Okay.
Constantly. Whenever any other MC comes up, he wants to know how you feel about that guy compared to his guy.
I'm not hating, though. I'm
No,
not
it's never-
against
it's never
nothing.
that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm a fair guy. You already know that.
No,
yeah.
it's never that.
I'm a hip hop fan.
discussion when we was talking about Mobb Deep by the time the conversation was over.
Fact.
Let's keep going down this timeline. So the making of Ready to Die, you in the studio, you witnessing all this shit. You remember anything, like any stories about being in the studio when that was being done?
What type of stuff? I mean, love. It was a celebration, though. That nigga took my whole camp out the hood. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
all of y'all be in the studio.
we didn't know what was going on, dog. We don't know what was happening. We just enjoying it, and that's making niggas want to ride more, you know, want to do more. Like, nah, it was just, you know, we was congratulating our man on, like, really, like, putting that, like really putting out, not even putting the city on the map. I think it was putting my neighborhood on the map. You know what I'm saying? He spoke about Sadie James a lot. He spoke about the shit where he was from.
Right.
No, we were just enjoying that shit, just embracing. We didn't think like that. We ain't no fucking bougie ass people. We didn't think like that, dog.
Right.
We didn't think we was above nobody else. Like, B.I. wasn't that. That nigga was a nigga. Y'all ain't gonna let everybody in here in this chair in the club. I'm not coming in tonight. That's how he was.
Right.
He could be the headline of that shit tonight. He ain't
Well, when he was in the studio, what was his work ethic like?
music. He was an architect, though. He really was about that. He was a musician. Think about it. Why are we talking about him to this day?
Because he,
Don't ask me nothing. He's one of the best rappers of all time, bro. Like on some real shit.
right.
Do I have to tell you that?
No, I want to hear what
I'm
it was
not
like when
saying
he
it
was
to you like that,
recording.
man, but you know what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
But do you have to understand that? Why that's your favorite rapper?
Because he was great at everything.
Because he was great at what?
Everything.
What's everything?
Story-
How many rappers you know could say
storytelling.
they was good at everything?
Storytelling, flow, punchlines,
Cadence and
cadence,
delivery, and
everything. Everything
ideas.
was up. Everything was up.
How many rappers you know do that to this day? And everybody make their list right now. Every rapper that does
I
that to
knew he
this
was
day.
gonna do this.
Oh, he started this shit again.
Yeah.
He started this shit again.
We right back
Season
here.
trying to find out what he was like recording, man.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.